Hey everybody, Average Picker here. So we got a challenge lock from Washington State Picker, and I kind of lost track of this one. I don't think I keep them in. It's got a little space, and sometimes they drop down in there. So he sent this one a while ago. Apologies for having lost track of it. This is Abaddon. Let's take a look at it and see. I think it translates to like angel of death or angel of locust or something, or locusts of death. I think some places have used it as a term for a place, sort of apocalyptic hell kind of place, something like that. But yeah, so Washington State Picker got the challenge lock loaded up here. Let's see what we've got, what we can get off of it. Two right off the bat. Ooh, three gave us a little thing. I feel like it's been a minute since I picked a Washington State Picker lock. Everything feels springy. I'm pretty sure I've set two. I did something to three. Everything just feels springy. Let's do a reset. That was two. I'm going to skip over three because I'm really not sure what happened there. It gave me a click, but it didn't feel productive. We'll come back up to it. It's definitely a little more jammed up. Oh, something dropped in the back. This is just a springy lock, especially in the back. There's a big pop from it. Just kind of jamming at the pins in the back. Let's do a reset again. Trying to get some kind of response out of them. I mean, that was 2 and 3. Just springing up and down on me like some runaway pogo stick. One's not really giving us anything. Another reset. You know, I should try going counter. We're going clockwise now. I should try to go counterclockwise. If we don't get anywhere with this, we'll do it. Oh, okay, so I didn't really get a click off the back pin so much as I just got a shift from the core as I was pushing on it. And that's one, and we're in. That was a weird pick there, Washington State. I'm really curious what you've got going on in the back of this lock. It's almost like something was waiting to be pushed and just tensioned right at the same time. Key does work fine. I did not expect anything else. No C-clip to deal with. That is always nice. So we've defeated the locusts of death. Is that what we've done here? Oh, that just exploded out and popped me right in the forehead. Yeah, I'm really curious to see what you got going on. Gosh, I have shimmed this. Oh, I hope not. There we go. 36 pin. I should have known. Look, I had the key in my hand long enough. Yeah, so if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you know I'm really bad at counting pins when there are 6. So I said I finished on 1. I'm 99% sure I did, but give me the possibility that could have been 2. Yeah, there's something about the distance. It throws me off. Oh goodness. Okay, yeah. So there. Well, that's not a pin and pin. That's a. Okay, so there's a possibility we've got a part of a pin and pin up in the core. What I've got coming out of the chamber 3. Oh no, there we go. Oh wow. Okay, I thought it was a deep spool. It's not. It is a sleeve. It is a pin and pin. You know, I thought I was feeling something that seemed pin and pinish. It's hard to say if any work has been done to the core. We'll take a closer look at it here in just a moment. Oh gosh. Okay, come on, average picker. You gotta be a little. Oh god, yeah. You know what? Washington State picker does use these crazy springs, doesn't he? For some reason, I'm starting to think I'm remembering lots of spring tension in his locks. Though there's nothing special looking about this one. It could just have been overly compressed in that little chamber. Seriously, 2 is a standard? Holy shit. Well, 2 being a standard explains why it kept consistently setting first. If I was smart, I would feed this thing through the other direction. Because something weird's going to come out of the back. Oh, what is that? Slight taper to it. I was really expecting a pin and pin, a crazy pin and pin to come out of the back. That's what the back of the lock felt like to me. If 5 and 6 or 4 and 5, what, 4, 5, and 6 had all been full of pin and pins, I would not have been surprised in the least. We're going to leave the springs in 2 and 3 in there. Okay, let's flip the camera around and take a look at what we've got here. Okay, we're going to take a little look at the core here first. It does not look like, let's see if we can get some light down in there. Does not look like there's been any modifications at all to it, thankfully. And now we can break in on these pins. So yeah, we've got a lot of work going on in even just the key pins. And he's allowing all the way down. He's really allowing for potentially a large overset there. Basically spool element. 5, standard. Some nice, fairly light, but very nice serrating there. You don't have to go super big and deep on your serrations. We're going to skip this guy. Standard in 2. And 1. Just kind of almost a spool serration in there. But he's so squatty, it kind of makes him look like a little cartoon bomb, doesn't it? So yeah, so here is, we've got this, oh, of course I just broke it apart in my hand. So we've got this pin and pin action going on in 3. Very cool work there, man. I have been asked why I've not done pin and pins in my challenge lock pins series, I guess. And part of that is, for one, I don't have a good method to tell you how to make them. Two, I usually like to kind of tell you what they do as far as picking goes, and I can explain it very, I don't want to say academically is the wrong word, technically, I guess, about what's going on there and as it catches. I don't think that really helps you get an idea or feel, though, picking wise. So yeah, pin and pins are kind of a weak spot for me when it comes to making them, and yeah, explaining their usage. I know the general idea behind them, but sometimes trying to get that across is a little weird. So this is the one we finished on. And you can see he just really had to be kind of tipped, and he fell right over there for us. But a little bit spike shaped. Just a standard in 2. Oh, that is, again, some of that very nice little light serration work there. Okay, we do have another pin and pin. I said I was not going to be surprised if 4, 5, or 6. I mean, I gave myself half the lock, but had a pin and pin in it, and there we go. Very nice. There's an element of randomness that pin and pins kind of bring into the picking, I guess, and that I find hard to describe. I mean, I could obviously talk about how they catch the shear line, and then the little pin falls down inside, or the sheath, or whatever, however it's arranged. But yeah, there's this weird randomness to kind of explaining how they feel like when they're setting. And there's not a good way. I don't have a good way to describe it. I'm gonna guess this is the guy that once he turned over is where all the difference started coming from the lock. We can get the camera to focus there for us. Yeah. And again, we're just looking at one of the. It's just kind of a tapering in pin. It's got a. Is there anything I can catch on that? Yeah. Yeah, once this guy set, I would say that was the beginning of the end for the lock. And it's weird because given that tapering, he set a little bit earlier than what I would have expected. And it could be because I set this guy and had not realized it, and for whatever reason it was still feeling kind of springy. But again, look at, so yeah, it looks kind of standard, but he's not. We've got that really light serrated work in there. And again, that's enough to catch. You don't have to do these deep serrations. I'm prone to doing them deeply myself, off and on in trends. But I've kind of wondered, does it really make a difference if they're really deep or really shallow? I mean, there's only so much the shear line is going to be able to grab a hold of. Are we just giving ourselves extra work by doing deep serrated cuts? Something I've wondered. Anyway, there we go. Don't want the video to run too long, but that was Abaddon. Abaddon, maybe. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I only know remotely what it kind of is. So yeah, from Washington State Picker. So thanks a lot, man. I'm pretty sure you sent me this one directly. If not, I apologize, and thanks to whoever sent it to me. But thank you, Washington State Picker, for pinning that up. Quite an interesting pick there. Yeah, very different than the kind of normal stuff. So, all right, guys, you all have a good one.